Hey guys, I'm making this video to go over my qualifying round in expert. I just finished it. And I'm gonna go over some of my shots and talk about the planning I did as I was doing it and going through it. Turn that down a little. Okay, so on hole one, I'm using a snowman bow, and I'm not hitting a little skinny piece of fairway and jumping the bunker. I'm going straight over it. And on this hole, I'm using my phone so I can use the full curl that the APOC has to offer for a full curl slice. Lately, I've been playing on the iPad, but on this hole and on the last hole, hole 9, I gotta use my phone so I can get that full 100 curl. And I'm doing like 2.5 topspin. When I did 3 topspin, I went right into that greenside bunker. And so 2.5, I was left right where I wanted to be. And then on this wedge shot, I'm checking my distance. I figured I was around like half distance, like 20 yards away. So it's like a 9-mile-an-hour wind. So I'm thinking like I'm gonna adjust for 4.5 miles an hour of wind. And then I'm moving one cup over for what I thought the trajectory change was gonna be. And then adjust 4.5 rings. It's 100 accuracy on Endbringer 7. Hit perfect, and then I ended up missing just a little bit left. So, gotta figure out why that happened. But, birdie after hole 1. Unfortunate, didn't pick up the eagle. Hole 2, I got the eagle, and I didn't do anything special, so I'm not including that in this. Now, hole 3, I'm using the Guardian and a movie ball. And I'm using about like 7 bars of backspin, and for every 3 miles per hour of wind, I'm playing 1 square to the left, counteracting the wind for the trajectory change. So since this is 7.5, I round it down. Once it hits like around 8, 8.5, I'll go up to treat it like another 3 and move another green square. But since this is only 7.5, I'm moving only 2 squares to the left. So there's 1 square and 2. And then I'm adjusting a 1-to-1 ratio on the wind, so I'm adjusting the full 7.5. And these are 1.2 per ring. So then I hit perfect. And again on this one, I just missed left.
Hold up, we got a laggy video call here. We need Verizon, the best network for streaming. Trade you. Okay, people, let's take it back from surprise.
Get $300 off the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus because unlimited is only as good as the network it's on.
Her cries can still be heard. Only will win.
Now hole 4 on the drive, I'm doing like 3 to 4 backspin and full left spin, depending on how strong the tailwind is here. So since this is a bigger one, I'm using like 4 backspin, and I'm hitting it at full power, and I'm not pulling it back, the target back at all, and just letting the backspin do all the work. And I'm not trying to hit too far left because I want to be at exactly max distance with the sniper. I don't want to get to like mid-range-ish and have the adjustments start getting a little wonky. And so when I'm at full range, I know I'm adjusting a 1-to-1 ratio, and it makes the shot easier. Last time I played this hole, I missed it about like 1 cup to the left, so this time I'm lining up 1 cup to the right before I do the adjustment. And then I'm adjusting 9 rings for this 9.1 wind. Hit perfect. And then it just turns left at the very end. So next time on that hole, I'm probably going to play it the same way, but add like maybe a quarter less backspin, so it kind of rolls through that little turn at the end. Hole 5 I don't have down at all yet. I wasn't even close. Alright, now on to hole 6. At this point I was feeling kind of like disappointed because I had those 3 really close calls and nothing was dropping yet. On this hole here, we'll watch Graham's shot because this is the typical way people play it. You do like about 3 topspin, and this is a really big downhill shot, so it adds a lot of extra wind. I played it like about 133%. So on an 8-mile-an-hour wind, I'd be adjusting for like, I don't know, about 11 miles an hour or so. And Graham played that well. That's right about where you want to be. You'll be at like a max long iron rough bump right there. I'm using a snowman ball here though, or a Titan depending on the wind, but since I have a lower wind, I'm going to use a snowman because I need the extra power. And my plan is to just rough bump in between that second and third fairway piece and roll right out onto that fairway to give myself a mid-distance thorn shot. I tried toying around with trying to get to the end of that fairway, and it's a really risky shot. You can get over there, but it's hard to actually get the ball to stay in the fairway when you jump that. What? Turn it up.
And your current treatment hasn't worked well enough.
Oh, I got the worst right.
The only biologic developed and approved just for use.
Yeah, and that's the typical approach people are going to be doing on this hole. That rough bump, and I've never really been that good at it, so if I can take another shot, I'd rather be doing that. Alright, so here I size up my shot. I figure out I'm at mid-distance, so that's 75% of the wind. So I never use a calculator when I'm playing, so at 75%, I basically take off 25% in my head. So I'll do like, okay, 9.4, and then half of that's 4.7, and then another half I'll say is 2.3. So then and then I do 9.4 minus 2.3, so I'm adjusting for a 7.1 wind here. And then also in tailwind, it's going to push the ball forward about a cup's worth for every 3 miles per hour wind or so. So since I'm adjusting for like a 7-mile-an-hour wind, that's why you see me, I just moved it back about 2 cups worth. I'm not aiming exactly at the hole. And I'm trying to bounce this ball in off the third bounce right into the hole, because I don't like doing full backspin shots. Only when it's absolutely necessary. And then I'm adjusting for 7.1 here. And then I hit perfect. And then third bounce goes right in like I planned. Almost missed the cup. I guess I played that a little bit too far left, but it went in. Now hole 7. I've never been good at this hole, and it's definitely my least favorite hole this tournament. But I'm taking this approach to it, like around 4 backspin, and then you hit right in between these 2 hills, and it just kind of feeds right to the green. And the reason I'm aiming so far left of the hole is because of the trajectory change that'll happen from the wind. So I'm aiming about 3 squares left here. And then I adjust for the 9 miles per hour. Hit that one great right. And got a really lucky hole in one. If I hit that perfect, it wouldn't have gone in. So I got lucky on that one. I don't expect to repeat that hole. Getting a hole in one on that hole, I feel, is sheer luck. It's so random from all those hills and how it plays. Okay, now hole 8. This hole, I'm not trying to get to the green at all on the drive. I'm using a Kingmaker and playing it relatively safe and not overpowering it, just using full top spin. If you have a lower level APOC or a Thor's Hammer, you're going to have to add some overpower. But I'm just trying to hit that second bounce and hit the rough and roll right through and leave myself a min to mid-distance thorn shot. This hole on the drive is the same way. It's going to play about like a little more wind, not quite 133%, but I'd say like at least 120%-ish. Like for that 8-mile-an-hour wind, I was expecting it to play like about like a 10-mile-an-hour wind. Yep, so did right exactly what I wanted. Hit the rough and rolled right out into the fairway. Now for this shot, I'm at a mid-distance thorn. And the reason I like laying up here is I'm pretty much exactly downwind. So I just have to add a little bit of side spin and I do that to straighten the wind out with the ball guide, so it gives me a lot more room for error on my adjustment. I don't have to be so spot on. And then I aim a bit behind the hole, and then I'm adjusting for like 6.75 for the wind, and then I pull that back and adjust, and then go to shoot, hit perfect, and I execute it exactly how I wanted to. the whole 9, I switched back to my phone because I need the full 96 curl or whatever the APOC has. Now for these slice shots, I move like 18 rings. I'm using Berserkers here. I tried using those new blue marble balls, and I feel like they don't hit far enough down the fairway. I hit that left fairway bunker way out left and didn't clear it on the second bounce using that. But yeah, I'm adjusting 18 rings off that. And typically, your aim point with an APOC 5 or greater is going to be right there. Like your aim spot's going to be right in between the fairway and the rough with a Berserker. And this wind is actually a little more right and straight than the winds I have been getting. So this hits a little further out right in the fairway than I was planning. But as you can see, it still worked out really good. And there it goes nicely, rolling right onto the green. Pin high. And then that leaves me with a really nice putt for Albatross. And there you have it. There's a quick recap of my qualifier round on Expert. 16 under. See you guys later.